G'day, and let us spin you a cracking yarn of four bonza mates on a ripper adventure through Fantasy Australia, where every bugger wants to kill your face. It's Dungeons and Dragons, except down under, we call it Dungeons and Drongos. Dunnies, dingos, dropbears.
Thank you so much for listening to our very first episode of Dungeons and Drongos, aka Dungeons and Dickheads, which I don't think iTunes was going to let us get away with. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
So excited.
Thoroughly.
So, just so you know who these strange people are, can we just go around the room? Because this is the craziest, most ambitious podcast we've ever attempted. And introduce yourselves briefly. In a couple of sentences.
All right. I'm Suzanne, and I'm a massive nerd and librarian. And these two things go together, so that's okay.
There we go.
I'm Zach. I sell the DVDs.
Very good.
At the DVD store. And, I'm not really doing much with my life, if we're being honest.
It's fantastic, honest. We're going to start from a place of honesty before we go to a place of fantasy.
Well, now you're a professional D&D.
The only way from here is up.
Yeah, it's true.
Start low.
And there is a third member to this sad party.
Hi, guys. I'm Paris.
Already trying out the boys.
I work with animals because I like them a lot more than people.
Nice.
And I'm pretty excited to jump into this with not much knowledge. So let's do it.
So that's Suzanne, Zach, and Paris are our party of adventurers, and they have no idea what's about to happen. My name is Luke. If you've not heard me before, I'm going to be dungeon mastering this adventure. And something these guys didn't mention is that we've all done podcasts together in the past. So I'm involved with the Fruitless Pursuits. It's not really a network. It's a free blogger site. But we do the weekly FPcast show. I do that. And I did a show called Book Was a Better Podcast, which all of these guys have hosted at some point. We've been, I don't know, I feel like Dungeons and Dragons is kind of in the zeitgeist at the moment. Everybody's kind of getting interested in it again. There's lots of podcasts. But our USP, you know what a USP is, right, guys?
No.
Urinary special
Police.
Yeah.
Our unique selling point. In a very...
Pretty close.
Of course.
I watch a lot of Shark Tank.
My unique selling point is my urinary special
Police.
police.
Yeah. Zach is playing a member of the urinary special police in this particular adventure. No, our USP is that we're Australian.
What?
And a lot of the world, especially Americans, and we see this through their pop culture, don't understand Australia, don't know what it's about. So what better than to set a campaign in Fantasy Australia and really explore this beautiful, broad, sunburnt country where we all live, that we're all so proud of. And I think we could do for Australia like what Tolkien did for England, essentially.
What's Fantasy Australia called?
Ooh, okay, and that's the end of the show. I don't know what Fantasy Australia is called. I think it's called Fantasy Australia.
Okay.
If anybody has a better suggestion, we'll work that in.
Okay.
Australis?
Fastralia.
Fastralia.
And our symbol is Michael Fassbender.
Fanstralia?
No.
Fanstralia.
Fans.
Van Diemen's Land?
Fans Demons Land.
Whoa. Ooh.
No?
Hat wearing a hat.
So, we don't know what it's called. The other thing, not only do we not know what Fantasy Australia is called, we're new to 5th edition. We're not experts on D&D. And I feel like, bless you, I feel like as the dungeon master, there's, that's a burden. And people, if you really know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, bless you too, God, our party's not doing well.
I coughed on cider.
The adventure. We begin in an infirmary. Don't get all, dickhead about the rules. We're in Australia. Down under, anything goes. So, I'm 41 fucking years old. I'm not going to read, all those books from cover to cover and memorize it. So, we're going to play loose. It's about the story. It's about your mind palace. It's about the adventure. So bear with us if we get things wrong. Look, we'd love to hear your suggestions of how the rules work. I'd like you to summarize those big books for me. But don't expect too much. And also one other thing before we start, and I am keen to get started, is please bear in mind, and this is for the listeners, and this is for you guys as well, our three heroes. Bear in mind that you're babbies in this world. You're level 1s. Like, how many hit points have you got, Suzanne?
I have 7 hit points.
7 hit points. You're going to blow over in a small wind.
I'm so fucked.
So what I mean is you're not just babbies in that sense, but also, these characters are just starting their journey. And I hope that as this series progresses, and I hope it does progress, I hope people are into it, that you will get more confident, your characters will get tougher, you'll get to be better, more confident role players, and we'll really see you guys develop as a team. And I'm very excited about that. So, if you look at the books, they say, level 1 should be like solving problems on a farm, like turnip problems. Maybe they could fight a turnip because they got 7 hit points. But no, I'm going to throw you in there, but this is the beginning.
So we can't fight turnips?
There might be a turnip. It's Fantasy Australia.
But is it a fighting turnip?
You begin in a turnip competition.
Sweet, alright.
In an infirmary.
Very good.
No, and you guys really do not know what this adventure is going to... You're putting a lot of faith and Friday night into something that could be an absolute pile of shit. We will find out. So anything else? Any final words before you shed your human real-world personas and become fantasy beings?
I, for one, am very excited to shed my human persona and become a fantasy being.
I've been doing it all day.
There you go.
Prancing around my house.
You've been shedding skin
Yes.
in preparation.
Yeah.
Nice.
+2
Screaming at the moon.
to prancing. Well, shall we begin?
Yes.
So this is Adventure 1. This is going to be like a TV show, and the adventures might spread over multiple episodes. We'll find out. I think this will definitely be over multiple episodes. But this is Adventure 1. It has a name, but I'm not going to say it because it'll spoil it. Here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Oh my god, we're going into Fantasy Australia, you guys! And we're in Fantasy Australia now. You are stranded in a bleak bumfuck place at the edge of a bleak bumfuck town, staring out into the bleak bumfuck wastelands of the most dangerous place on this particular earth. It's twilight, and dirty fingers of pink peel back the sky to expose the first stars, and the eerie silence is only broken by the threatening howls and cries of distant creatures, no doubt hidden in clumps of bushland or under red jagged rocks, subtly reminding you that they would relish any opportunity to eat your fucking face off. And you are not here by your own choice. However, you are here as the result of your own actions. The ruler of this land, who is the proud King Worthington, has launched a very vicious assault against the unemployed, or as they're colloquially known in these parts, the bludgers. And your own continued failures to find a suitable job has left you with no other option. So if you do not carry out your new assigned compulsory task, you risk losing all of your benefits. And under Worthington's rule, these benefits are your feet.
Oh.
Yeah, so like bludgers who lose their feet, they become derros or sleeping baggers. And they're called that because the feetless live caterpillar-like in sleeping bags, and they just crawl around the ground begging for change.
Wow.
So the three of you stand quietly in a row. Now, you're not talking to each other. You don't know each other yet. Your letter of instructions clearly told you not to say anything until your contact arrives. And you have vastly different backgrounds, and you're vastly different sizes, but you all wear an identical dull grey travelling cloak, the hood wrapped tightly around your head, obscuring your identity and shielding you from the dust and wind. On the back of each cloak, stenciled in sloppy yellow letters, is one word. Anyone want to guess? It's not turnip.
Bludger.
I got nothing.
I was gonna go with bludger as well.
Yeah, I probably would have said bludger.
Security.
Fucking what?
That makes sense.
And starting is nothing but a speck in the distance, a battered red stagecoach pulled by two monstrous black humpy horses. They're kind of like a cross between a camel and a Clydesdale.
Okay.
They can like travel across the desert. They come thundering towards you, just like the letter said they would. And then in a cloud of dust, the carriage just slams to a halt directly in front of you. And the scrawny coachman nods. He doesn't really look at you. He scrambles down to the side door, and it almost hits him as the door bursts open to reveal a stocky, ruddy-faced mountain of an older man, frothing with completely unnecessary piss and vinegar. And he bellows, "Oi! Get them fucking hoods off! For all I know, you're a stack of kids or a shit on stilts. Let's get a butcher's hook at those mugs." So as you each remove your hood, I would like you to describe what he sees. No names. He doesn't want you to... He's not asking you for your life story. I just want a description of your characters. So let the tallest remove his or her hood first.
All right, the hood comes off, and Piss and Vinegar Man sees an elf, a female elf. She's about 6 feet tall, so
Shit.
she has multiple children standing on top of each other.
Is she hot?
In an elfy sense, yes. She's kind of pale and has like very long, like dark brown hair. She looks really pissed off all the time, and she's got really angry eyebrows, like really angry eyebrows.
What sort of thing is she wearing under the cloak?
She's wearing like an academic robe. And it's pretty kind of like, it's expensively made, but it's like really like as subtle as she goes, essentially. So
Any visible weapons or...
she's carrying a quarterstaff, which she's got like strapped to her back.
Interesting. The next tallest removes their hood.
Off comes the hood. Surprise, another hood.
Whoa.
Yes, that's right. It's 7 hoods.
Inception.
Second hood comes off, and we see a tiefling, half demon, half human,
Nice.
red skin. Kind of looks like, I don't know, John Hamm, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
What's your charisma?
My charisma is at John Hamm levels,
Which is...
16.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe not. Maybe a John Hamm from the X-Files.
Just a mere John Bacon.
Maybe just
He's
ham.
an extra in one episode.
Maybe even just a plate of ham.
Yeah. I look like Babe from Babe Pig in the
Now, how
City.
tall are you? Like this striking demon fellow. It sounds pretty tall, right?
Yes. And due to some happenstance, I erased it from my sheet to block out the painful memory of my tiny stature.
Yeah, I think you're the Gary Coleman of tieflings.
Yeah. What am I, like,
You're about like 5'4".
You were 5 foot something.
5'4"?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the biggest
Not
tiefling.
including the horns. Though.
No, yeah. That's another 3 feet.
And what sort of clothing and weaponry?
It's a nice, smart, casual leather jacket.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like maybe it was a soldier's uniform at one point.
Oh, okay.
But it's a bit worn out now.
Has it got like frayed areas where patches have been ripped off, like
Just
in
one.
Infinity War when Captain America rips off his star?
Yeah.
Okay.
But instead of a star shape, it's just like a tiny little rectangle directly above the left nipple.
Okay, and this is weird. It feels like a small child has wandered in. We might have to sort that out, or is it?
So I remove my hood, which then touches the floor as it goes down. A tiny 2'11", almost 3 feet, guys.
Just round up.
young halfling stands there. She is wild looking. Like, I don't think she's touched a hairbrush in a while, and her face looks like she wants to murder this guy but knows she can't. She's like going, like twitching.
To be fair, he's a pretty intimidating dude. This looks
Yeah.
like a guy that is a good few levels above where you are. This isn't a level 1 babby. This is a guy that has some battle scars. All right, so he looks at you, this elf, this tiefling, this halfling, and he's like, "Strike me pink!" Is this it? You gotta be pulling me bloody Jake the Peg! A bloody spiffo. Now, high elves in this world are called spiffos because they're very spiffy.
That's true.
They also get called poppies.
Okay.
And get called Sheilas regardless of gender. I should state now that for the most part, Fantasy Australia is not very progressive. Like, these were fantasy times. They were wild colonial times.
That's what a fantasy world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything's changed now in real Australia. So, political. So, a bloody spiffo, a tacker. Your halflings get called tackers a lot. Little tackers, little buggers, lots of affectionate words like that.
Ankle biter.
And an inbred hellbilly. They come from, a lot of the tieflings here with their devil ancestry come from a small island to the south, and people like to make jokes about them being inbred. And because of this, these tieflings, sometimes called tazzlings, can be referred to as hellbillies. And that's what he's looking. And he's pretty disappointed because bear in mind, you have the word security on your back and he's not feeling very secure. So he's just like, oh, it gets worse every bloody time. I tell you, I wouldn't employ you guys to wank me dog. But if that's what we've got, then that's what we're going to do. So get in the bloody coach. We got a long journey ahead of us.
Do we have to get in the coach?
Well, it'll be a short series if you don't put it that way.
All right, my wizard elbows the tiefling to make him go first.
Yeah, because otherwise we're doing a story where you get your feet cut off and you're crawling around in a sleeping bag. I would get in the coach.
Fine. In that particular circumstance, yeah, I get in the coach.
Yeah.
After the little one.
Everybody climbs in. Do you need a boost?
Yeah, it takes me a good 5 minutes, but I refuse help.
Okay, yeah, proud. I like that. All right.
Cool.
So you all sort of climb in, and I picture that here's this big guy sort of sitting stony-faced opposite you, and the three of you are all crammed on the seat on one side. And the coachman opens a little hatch, like he can peer into the cabin, and he's like, "We good, boss?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's bloody go." And off you go. Like the big, what were they, humpy horses? Rear up and off you go into the deserts, into the wilds, into the depths of Fantasy Australia. And he's like, oh, it's a little bit cold. And he gets out a little flask of whiskey. And look, it smells great. And I want to be clear that in this universe, all of you can decide how much you smoke and drink. But I think, you might have to roll a save because this stuff's pretty appealing to you. Do you know if your characters smoke, drink? Anybody?
My character's a drinker. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no for mine, I think.
Because you're very about the natural world.
Yes.
Right, okay.
You wouldn't have encountered an awful lot of
Where do you think grapes come from, dickhead? And you?
I will drink anything that's running along the ground.
Your party girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, you want a nip?
Give it.
Yep.
It's your first day on the bloody job. That was a test, you dickhead. Like, seriously, on your first fucking day, you've just met your boss and you want to, have a fucking drink? Do you think you're coming down here for a fucking party or something?
No.
Well, yeah. Bloody hell. Unbelievable. All right, well, I guess I better find out about you. So, why don't you tell me who are you? Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
I, first of all, would like to know if you're still offering the drink.
Mate, fuck off.
No. In that case, I don't like to talk about myself that much.
Do you have a name, dickhead?
Oh, yeah. Plank.
Plank. Look, it's going to be, you're going for a bloody work program, right, mate? So we're going to have to, fill out some forms and shit like that. So do you have, a surname, anything?
My name's Rigor Morris. Everyone calls me Plank.
Great. All right. Well, that was enlightening. Anybody else? You know this is a long journey, mate.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to sit here silently.
All right. Yeah, fucking you and me both, mate. All right, you, Spiff. What's the story?
My name's Mackenzie.
Jesus Christ. Fantasy Jesus Christ. He was a guy I knew. Bloody great bloke. Shame what happened to him.
Mackenzie kind of like thinks about that a bit more and goes, and I'm an academic.
So what the fuck is an academic doing in my stagecoach? Like, how the fuck did you end up here?
That's a very long story.
Why aren't your parents paid? Well, it's a very long journey.
Well, it's kind of involved, and it's still a bit of a delicate issue.
Yeah, I could like fucking drive a wombat around these pauses, love.
That, and quite frankly, I don't think you have any business asking me.
Family are you from?
I'm from the Addison Durrells.
Oh, shit. The Addison Durrells. Look at what we've got here, mate. So, how did you fall out of grace? Why am I fucking paying for you and they're not?
I'm keeping a low profile at the moment.
Yeah.
There was a misunderstanding.
I have a feeling I read something in our newsletter about this misunderstanding.
Oh, yes.
Come on out, you're amongst friends here.
Well, see, I didn't realise that the people involved in my academic work would take my suggestions so badly, and I think it was an overreaction on their part.
You are the fucker that wrote that little dissertation. You didn't know a new word like dissertation, did you, Hornhead?
What's a dissertation?
Yeah, exactly. Shut up. That's what it is. Shut your face. Yeah, you didn't know that I had fucking heard about this. It was about the Tater Men, if I recall.
Maybe,
Now,
yeah.
the Tater Men in this universe is a colloquial term for dwarves because they are very stocky and small, like a potato, and you keep them in the dark, generally. Mm-hmm. They live underground, which is basically nature's cupboard.
And they sprout.
They sprout, yeah. My word, they do. It's funny because where we're going, there's quite a few Tater Men, and they might like to pick your brains on some of your ideas. I read a little snippet of what you wrote, and it was a little bit racist. I didn't like it because I thought it should have been a lot more racist.
I think calling it racist is extremely ill-informed on your part.
I think I want to hear from this little tacker here.
I'm glad you asked because
It's a long ride, but it's not like, we're not going round the globe, okay?
just
bear that in
okay.
mind.
I don't think I should be here with these two.
You and me both, baby.
Looks like there's two racists. No?
3.
So my name's G'day, and
G'day.
I don't really know where I'm from. I've been living in the bush for a while, and I quite like it.
You don't have a family?
Well, not. I've got animal friends.
We've all got animal friends if it gets cold enough, love. But what do you mean?
I've just been hanging out with animals forever. That's fine. That's normal.
What kind of animals?
All sorts. Big old. Look, I don't remember the proper names, but there's the big spiky rocks.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I've seen those buggers.
the little floor string.
Floor string.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them. I'll be careful
So
with them.
yeah. So I've just been hanging out with them, and then went into town because they were taking some of my friends and destroyed a bunch of shit, and they didn't like it. So whatever, I'm here. What do you want from me?
We're all right. Fucking calm down. Calm your beard. Okay, so what are we looking at here? So Mackenzie, you're what are you?
I'm a wizard.
A wizard. All right, very generous. You?
I like to fight people.
Great. Yep.
I'd call myself a ranger, a master of the bush.
Master of the bush.
Yes.
Yeah, I call myself that too. Hey, get it? See what I did there? That's all right. Don't worry. You got nothing to fear. This thing's about to fall off. Wouldn't worry about it. All right. So, do you guys have any questions?
Who are you?
Oh, look at the big brain on Plank over here. All right.
Thank you.
We are going to a mine.
That's not what we asked you.
Yeah, I'm fucking getting that, love. God. So, we're going to a mine, and I am the pit boss of that mine. See, context, love? I'm the pit boss, but very occasionally, on very rare occasions, I will act as a steward and come out and meet people that are coming down to the mine, and I'll take them down there on the journey. So sometimes they call me Alf Steward because of that. So I'm taking you down to our mine. Let me ask another question. Who here likes pies?
Who doesn't like pie?
I love a pie.
Yeah.
Every fucker loves a pie. It was a trick question. Of course everybody loves a pie. And the thing is, but have you ever thought about, look, where do they fucking come from?
You mine them.
We mine pies. Yes, there we go. Experience points to you if such a thing existed. So we mine pies deep in our secret pie mine. I've got a couple of pies here. Look, the whiskey was a test, mate. A test which you fucking failed. But this is not a test.
I didn't fail that one.
Who would like a pie?
Me.
All right, pie for you.
I don't want to eat.
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to eat a pie? Well, he can have your pie. There you go, horny
Thank
face. 2 pies for you, Plank. Fucking heat them up. All right. So, are you going to sample this pie?
I smell it.
It
I smell
smells
it
like-
cautiously.
It smells like any other pie that you would have.
Are we talking like 4 and 20 grade?
Well, it's like you're talking like service station grade.
Okay.
So imagine that there are regular stations. Obviously, you're in a rural area where there's a lot of space and a lot of journeying between places. And there's certainly outposts where people go and get their humpy horses some water and get their windshields wiped and all that sort of shit. I mean, their bums wiped. Bums wiped. All that sort of stuff. And pies are a very, very common thing. And this really smells the same as and looks the same as any pie that you would have had in the past. There's nothing suspicious about it. You can roll perception. We can do a dice roll.
Yeah, I'm going to roll perception.
You weren't even going to eat the pie.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
All right, so that's wisdom.
Yes, it is.
So, all this is easy, like DC 10.
I've got extras though. I'm trying to figure. Oh, it's okay. I have a +4 for wisdom,
All right.
and that's a natural 20.
Oh.
You,
I learned fucking everything about.
You
this
learn
pie.
everything about the pie making process.
Yep,
You are
a lot of-
now could go and make your own pies. No,
But I wouldn't. I would pay someone.
there
to
is
do it.
nothing suspicious, evil, diabolical about this pie. This is a standard, everyday pie. Like I said, just like any that you would find anywhere.
I wasted a natural 20 on that.
You did. That was your the legend of the wasted natural 20.
Well, fuck. All right. So I off this pie and not terribly impressed, but I ain't eating that.
I already gave your pie to him.
I would have taken it back if I'd suddenly felt the urge.
Would you let her do that?
I've already eaten both pies.
Okay.
Okay.
I have empty pie tins in my hand.
They're in tins?
What?
Are they mined in tins?
No, they're in like... Okay, you want to know how they're mined, love? I'll tell you how they're mined. Let me introduce you to my little friend. And he leans under the seat, he opens a hatch, and he pulls
I
out
am reflexively just
a little carrier,
hiding behind one hand.
which has this kind of like a pill bug thing, except it's about 2 feet by 1 foot, and it's a pie bug. And he says, "This is my mate. Don't worry, we're not going to eat this guy. This is my mate, Little Beefy. He's been around with me for a lot. He's my good luck charm." And basically, very, very hard to get meat in this place, because I don't know if you know this about Fantasy Australia, but every fucker wants to kill you. But these bugs are very, very placid. And you can take their meat, they're full of gristle, they're full of meat, some of them have got kidneys in it, and you can put them in a pie. But the problem is they burrow pretty deep underground. So, bunch of tater men down in the pie mine, they go down, they pull out these bugs, we split them open, and we make the pies. Or we send them off. We don't fucking make pastry and stuff. It's a mine, for Christ's sake. So,
So how's that pair of pies treating you at the moment?
I lean over to G'day, and I whisper in her ear, "Are you going to eat that pie?"
Well, Mackenzie, you're the one who knew exactly what was in it and still wanted one, so
Well, you didn't ask me.
There we go. So yeah, you're going to the pie mines, and they've had some problems lately. He sort of explains. I'll spare you the voice. We'll do this shorthand, but they've been having some problems. They've had some new people there, and the security forces down at the pie mines have been going missing. So you guys have the thankless task of being the new security people down in the pie mines. And that's going to be your job to kind of restore order, I guess, and sort of get things going again. Down in the pie place, which is full of tater men who are mining little pie bugs, just like little Beefy here, who kind of mews appreciatively. He's not worried about the smell of these pies or anything like that. He's fine.
Does he know that there's other hymns in the pie?
I don't think he's smart enough. Like, he doesn't have that level of consciousness. He's just happy. You can feel a bond between Alf the steward and little Beefy. Like, I think they would only, like, if Alf was really desperate, little Beefy would let him eat him. And I think vice versa too.
Aw.
So
Maybe Alf's not that bad of a guy.
that's real love.
he's just pragmatic, I think.
I reckon Mackenzie looks across at G'day and goes, "Hey, Bush Pig, have you?"
Oh, shots fired. Do you want to make an attack roll?
You're a nature person, yeah? What do you know about these weird bugs?
What do I know about these weird bugs?
Are you a nature person? Can
I
you
am.
roll for nature?
I think you know nothing more than what he explained, really. I don't think there's anything else particularly sinister about it. It's just the reality of what they do. They're very placid bugs that just basically are just loaves of bread in the sense that they just sit there. You know, but they're deep. You need to actually dig them out and open them up in order to get the meat, which makes them, you know, a very good food source.
I feel like I'm against this factory farming situation internally, and I don't eat my pie. Just in case anyone was wondering, because we didn't clear that up, what I did with my pie.
Yeah.
That's fucking unfantasy Australian, mate. Turning down a pie, especially when you're a fucking bludger, and there are people that would love that pie. But don't worry, I'll fucking eat that pie if you. Oh, look at Plank. Look at his hungry eyes. Go on, mate, eat the pie, or I won't hear the end of it.
I ate the pie. Boom, eaten.
So, as you're eating the pie, the stagecoach, and you've just been passing through desert. It's gotten dark now. It's nighttime. There's patches of bush, and the stagecoach comes to a halt, and you hear another voice, a new voice, go, "Stand and deliver! Come on! I need to buy sickies for me kids. Don't be a dickhead. Come on, fucking." And the little hatch opens, and the stagecoach guy leans in. You probably know by now his name's Whipper. He goes like, "Should I just run over him?" And Alf goes, "Yeah, just fucking run it." Oh, hang on. This is a pretty good opportunity for you guys to test yourself. So, out there, have a look. Come on, look out the windows.
All right, we look out the windows.
Okay, so you've got your heads lolling out the windows like dogs.
Yeah.
And he explains who these people are. He's like, there's three of them. He's like, that guy is mouthing off. That's their leader. Actually, let's talk about the other two first. They're with a little dagger, looking pretty suspicious. Well, it's a dirty knife I've got written here. Is a guy that goes by the name of Shit Gob. Now, he's a dirty, scrawny little fucker who's looking around, furtively. The other guy is Puss Bum, and Puss Bum's even skinnier and weirder looking and's got a rusty sword. And then Alf's like, and that's the leader there in the middle. That's old Meth Face. Now, Meth Face is covered in scabs as far as you can see, except for the fact that he's wearing like a big duster coat, grubby of course, and he's got a pair of underpants on his face, and he's naked from the waist down. Now I'm going to do our first or second die roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5'6". He looks at you, Plank, and his willy just twitches. just a little bit. Just a little bit of a tap.
What? Okay, what race are these things?
Well.
Oh, you'd want to know.
They're human, but it's very loose term.
Okay.
And Alf's like, well, this is a very good opportunity for you to get your hands dirty and or hepatitis-y. So why don't you go out there and show us what you're made of? So guys, let's have a fight. Let's go sort this out. So what are you going to do?
You can roll initiative.
Well, you're still in the stagecoach.
I fight from the stage.
Well, some of us don't need to be out.
Well, okay, well, let's go back to basics. Are you going to try and talk to him? Are you going to just rush out and fight? Like, what's happening here?
I jump out and I try to talk to Meth Face.
Right, what are you going to say to
I feel like we
Meth-Face?
have something.
A connection. Yeah, all right.
I'm like,
What do you want?
I want you to not fight me so I don't have to kill you.
Mate, I just want to buy some ciggies for my kids. They just really need ciggies. Hey, if you could just give me a couple of gold. Just give me a couple of gold, mate, and everything will be fine, eh?
So if I give them to like 2 gold,
Then you're a pushover.
Alf's
they'll
looking
just,
at the
like-
window at you just like, you dickhead.
I look back at Alf
Are you
and
going to
I'll
go to
wink.
them? And his willy moves. Yeah, okay. It's like, come on, just give me some gold, eh? Just give me just like I said, just give me like 4 gold and then it'll be fine. We'll fuck off and that's fine, eh?
I pull 4 gold out of my pouch
Yeah, just give me 8 gold.
and I drop it on the floor
just give me 8
and I
gold.
say, "Come get it, bitch." What? What?
Oh, okay.
And then I look back at Alf and Alf,
Alf winks.
yeah.
Can this whole time...
They haven't seen Alf, by the way.
So,
Like, if they
okay.
knew Alf was here, they would cack their tracky dacks.
Can this whole time that Plank's been having the conversation, I'm actually latched on to his back out of sight?
You can hide behind another
Okay.
creature.
Yeah, this is like Trojan horse situation.
Yeah, okay.
I think you have a skill or an ability for that.
I do.
Yeah, you can hide.
Do you have to roll for that?
No, it's just a normal
Okay, so yeah, you're hiding behind him. Okay.
feature and trait.
So is Plank, are you even aware that she's on your back, or have you noticed and you're just going to ignore her?
I felt her climb up. I trust
You're
her.
playing it cool. All right.
Try not to draw attention to the fact that you've got like a weird tiny bush person on your back.
All
Yeah.
right. So you've confused Meth-Face to a degree because he's looking at you. He's looking at the money on the ground. He's looking at his dick. He's looking at you. He's looking at the money, and he's like, in all sincerity, just looks you in the eyes and goes, "What are you playing at, mate?"
I don't say anything. I stand silently, hold my ground.
All right. Meth-Face goes, "Hey, Puss Bum, get that money." So Puss Bum obligingly goes down, leans down, and picks up your 4 gold pieces.
As he grabs it,
Yeah.
I slam my foot down on his wrist.
All right. We're gonna fight.
We gotta
Yeah.
fight.
Okay. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah. All right, I'm on 19.
I got a 3.
Okay.
18.
But you have +5 initiative.
Oh yeah, wait.
So you're a 23.
23.
It's like I got a 5.
Yeah, okay.
And Puss Bum is 18. Shit Gob is 12. And good old Meth Face is 4.
Oh, wow. True to form, meth face.
Okay, so Godot.
You take meth space,
I beat
Plank.
meth.
Godot, Mackenzie,
Good day.
Good day.
Puss Bum. Sorry, I'm thinking of Gal Gadot. Why wouldn't I be? G'day, you are up first. What are you going to do? Who are you going to target? What you going to use? Show us your skills. I guess so you're jumping free.
Yeah, so
Get the guy whose wrist I'm on.
isn't he the weakest?
Yeah, but
Who's
he's
the
right in
strongest
front of
one?
us.
Oh, definitely Meth Face.
I thought meth face. Okay.
Meth face is the leader.
Meth
so we
Face
can
is the
probably
leader.
assume that
Meth Face has a crossbow as well, and he has 2 daggers which look like hypodermic needles.
Oh goodness.
Jesus.
Well, how about we'll get the guy that's right So you've got your foot on his wrist, right?
Yeah,
And I jump off your back and
straight down.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to give you advantage on this, which means you can roll 2 attack rolls and you'll take the highest because he's pinned by a plank and you're sort of jumping in and surprising. So if you can roll a d20 to attack.
16, and then
What weapon are you using?
I'm going to hit him with my staff.
Hit him
Very
with your
good.
staff. Now,
So-
if people don't know, there's something special about your staff. Do you want to explain that?
Well, my G'day can play an instrument, and she plays the lagerphone.
So a lagerphone to our US listeners is...
It's such a complex device. If we have time.
We've got time,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
They need to know this. They've got to learn things about Australia.
It is a big old stick with some rattly bits on the end. Yep.
Bottle caps.
Bottle caps on the
Nailed
end.
to it. It's a percussion instrument. You
Yeah.
shake this thing. You're having a party.
Yeah, so that doubles as my weapon and my staff. So, and I enjoy jingling when I murder people.
All right, so you whack him with your staff. You rolled a...
16 and then the +6.
Okay, they're definitely going to hit. So can you roll damage, please?
3 damage.
3 damage to Pus Bum. So you catch him by surprise. The staff comes down on his head. Actually, just roll a d20 for me just quickly, just to make sure it's not a natural 20.
10.
No, okay. So that was just for your advantage. So it hits him in the nog and draws blood. The bottle cap sticks into his forehead. But, he's not down for the count. He's still all right. So we then go to Mackenzie.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to cast Firebolt at him.
At Pus Bum?
Sorry?
At Pus Bum?
No, because that would set fire on all those dudes. I'm going to shoot Firebolt at Methface.
At Meth Face. Okay.
All right. So,
This is the bit we're going to get used to, listeners.
all right. Whoop. Oh, that didn't go very well. 13.
13.
Yeah.
That will hit. Just.
Okay. All right. So, you have to roll 1d10, and that's fire damage.
Oh, you do that.
Oh, I do?
Yep. Your damage, baby.
All right. So many
Here's
dice.
a little bit of an interesting fact while Suzanne does this.
Yes.
If people don't know us, Suzanne is my partner, and Zach and Paris are partners. And we are 2 couples playing Dungeons and Dragons.
What a double date for
Oh
the
my
ages.
god! Yeah.
What a wacky world.
What's the damage? What's the damage on Meth Face?
4 damage, and it's fire damage.
4 damage on Meth Face. Fire damage. He is definitely flammable.
I'll bet.
Do we get a friendship bonus for that was the nicest thing Mackenzie ever did, not setting us on fire?
Yeah. I think you guys feel a little bit closer that she didn't set you alight instead. So, look, he's on flames. He's kind of beating them out. Do you have a thing if, somebody's on fire?
Me?
Okay, so if ignited, take 1d6 fire damage at the end of each turn. We're going to go with that.
Okay.
All right? Okay, so now it is Pus Bum. Now, Pus Bum's going to have disadvantage because you're standing on his fucking hand. So he's going to swing his rusty sword up at you, Plank. He's going to go for it. He rolls a 2. What a dickhead. That is +3 to hit, so that's a 5. I'm just going to see if he does any worse. He doesn't, so that is going to miss. So he does a limp little flail at you, and it doesn't even come close. And he feels bad about himself. So that was Pus Bum. Now it's Shit Gob. Now Shit Gob's seeing his friend, his mate, his bloody cobber getting hurt here, and he comes running in with his dirty knife. So again, he is going to go for you, Plank, because you are the one that is pinning his good old friend, and I'm really sorry to say that he just rolled a natural 20. So you are going to get fucking stabbed with a dirty knife. I'm not going to roll poison. The hepatitis thing was just a joke. I'm rolling for that. It is going to do 5 damage.
Is that all?
Well, what have you got? How many hit points do you have?
I've got 12.
Oh, well, yeah. So that's a significant slash.
So the double damage for a natural 20, that was a 4th edition thing?
Oh, I just can't put this double damage on here. Probably only did 10 damage, but he had disadvantage because his bum was full of pus. Did I mention that?
Okay.
But having a
I
pus.
did kind of conclude that.
Oh yeah, I didn't say that. Having a pus-filled bum halves damage, so
Okay, all right.
it would have been 10.
I'm going to make a note of that because I'm sure that's going to come back and be relevant later.
Yeah, there's a few characters in my notes that have pus-filled bums.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, he did have a pus-filled bum. He's looking a bit poorly, to be honest. So that's why. However, what I am going to say is this slash makes you sort of recoil off of good old pus bum. I mean, this was shit gob.
Yes, it was.
Having a gob full of shit, that will also halve your damage. Yeah, no, that is in the player's head.
I'm learning so much
Pus
about
bum,
this vivid
I made up.
fantasy
Okay.
world.
So, yes, he's got a gob full of shit, which meant he halved the damage, but you recoil and you release pus bum, so he doesn't have disadvantage anymore. Alright, so that was shit gob. Plank. Now it's your turn to do some magic.
I
Don't
go
do
after.
magic though, because that's my thing, and that's not cool.
I don't have that much magic,
Okay.
to be honest. Actually, I use my thaumaturgy. Straight up, this doesn't count as an attack.
Yeah, okay.
To make my voice 3 times louder.
Whoa. And what effect will that have on him?
Hopefully it scares some of the shit out of his gob.
Although, are you going after shit gob or pus bum?
Who just stabbed
They're
me?
very easy to get confused because I just did it. Shit gob stabbed you.
Yeah, I'm going
with his
after
dirty
shit gob.
knife. Okay. Alright.
And
Okay.
I just kind of scream in his face.
Is there an actual effect for that? Like, do they have a disadvantage or anything like that?
No, I just want to scare him.
You just want to scare him? Okay. Well, let's give him disadvantage because he's easily scared.
Cool. And then I attack him with my warhammer.
Alright, so you're going to get to roll twice and get the best result.
4.
Probably not that one.
13 plus
That'll hit.
4.
Alright, so can you roll damage?
17. D8. Where is you? 6.
6 damage? Okay. And you were using, your
Warhammer.
warhammer. Okay, so you
it's
bring
bludgeon.
this warhammer right where are you aiming for?
Head.
Head, okay. Right in the gob. And a little bit of shit might have come out because you hit him so hard. And everybody's just like, fuck. Like you hear this thing echo. And he starts to wobble around. He's not down, but he is now like blood and shit gob. Like he's not looking good. He's staggering around. It is a problem for him. And now Meth Face gets to have a shot. So you're already hurt. So Meth Face is closer to. He's going to have a shot at G'day. And he's going to come in with his needle dagger and take a swipe. It's not really a swipe, a stab.
A jab.
A jab. There we go. So that's going to be 13. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay, so look, doesn't do it. Too deft. He just forgot that you were a very small person and went just straight over your head. Because the underpants are very obscure. And he just takes a second as a bonus action to adjust the little flap in the underpants so that one of his eyes has a bit of a clearer view for the future. So that was the round. We go back to G'day. Who are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for Meth Face.
Penis is probably right in your face.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
That's going to come up a lot.
It's going to obscure your vision.
Well, I'm going to go for him so that ends.
All right, what are you going to use?
I'm going to use my short swords and I'm just going to windmill punching
Oh, okay,
with
great.
swords. I don't care what I
great.
cut off.
All right, go for that.
8,
15.
15.
Yeah, that'll hit. So roll damage.
1d6. 3.
3. Okay. Look, it's not a massive hit. It's kind of. So I'm just doing some maths. I didn't know I'd have to do fucking maths, mate. So it's a nick. He bleeds a bit. He looks a bit surprised, but he's not down. Mm-hmm. He's still sort of going. Mackenzie, you've got another shot. Who are you after?
Okay,
So remember, shit gob is hurting badly.
Okay.
Pus bum's about halfway there, and Meth Face is just taken a little bit of a knock.
Okay, I might take out Shit Gob.
Okay,
So I'm going to firebolt him.
great. Yep.
Okay. Whoop. Okay, 19.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
All right, so that's 6 fire damage.
Okay. All right. Just before I talk about shit gob, I forgot that Meth Face was on fire. So
But his turn hasn't happened yet.
no, he did before. He didn't take damage at the end. I rolled a 5, so that's actually singed him. His undies are burnt. They already had some scorch marks down the center, but now they're really messed up. So he's not looking good. And Shit Gob just goes on fire. His entire head goes on fire. He looks like one of those redhead match ladies. He's on fire. He drops. He burns. And Meth Face just drops his needles on the ground. Like, he's, like, all fucked up. And he's just like, you killed Shit Gob! You fucking monster! I only wanted to buy some sickies for my kids. What have you done?
We laugh at him.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You just killed my mate.
Dude, don't talk to me, man. No.
I just
No.
want, look, we just want to go. I don't want to be on fire. I'm going to have to find a fucking billabong and douse me nog.
Then go. Just
Yeah.
go, man.
Can we let them go?
Please.
All right.
I vote not to let them go.
What? Come on.
I vote let them scurry off and away.
Fine.
Yeah, we let them go, but we're not going to help them get off fire.
I
No.
demand Shit Gob give me his underwear.
dead.
Shit Gob's the dead one.
Meth Head give me his underwear.
Oh, but mate, they belong to me, Dad.
Well, now they belong to me.
They've been handed down for generations.
No, I need something to bandage up this wound.
Hey, all right, mate, all right. I guess there'll be other underpants in the future. You couldn't spare a couple of gold, could you? So I could buy some new underpants.
Short-term memory loss, guy.
Could you buy some? Could you just spare? Like, I could probably get some good pair just with like 1 gold or something.
Now I feel bad for
hey,
him.
mate, like, but they were me dad's. They were me dad's undercrackers.
Fine, keep the underpants.
Oh, fucking thanks, mate. Look, all right. Look, you're not a bad sort. All right. Well, look, we're here every like Saturday, so maybe we'll catch us again, eh?
I hope
I'm not opposed.
All
to
right,
coming back.
Meth Face, and they like run off into the bush. They don't take Shit Gob's body. There'll be other Shit Gobs. Not the first person to put shit in his gob. Come on, it's fine.
Is there anything that we can steal off Shit Gob?
Shit Gob had a dirty knife.
I don't want a shotgun.
No, I don't want it either.
Well, he also
Clean
has.
that dirty knife?
It's
Like,
pretty dirty. You don't know where it's been. Do you want to risk it?
no.
Alf
not that
goes.
bad.
Alf mouths hepatitis.
We know it's been
Straight
in
there.
me. So.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel better.
All right. He does have 2 gold.
Shotgun. I suggested searching him.
I pick up my 4 gold.
So
Yeah, you can have it. You're poor as.
All right. So,
yes.
All right. So Alf beckons you back into the stagecoach.
I bend down on one knee to high five. G'day.
Okay. Yeah.
This time I accept your help into the carriage.
Hey.
We've bonded.
You guys have
No.
found some respect for each other. That's lovely.
I wouldn't go that far.
She just didn't set us on fire. Like, low standard.
All right. So
Were you in the carriage the whole
That
time
doesn't
as
do
well?
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
you were not. You're gonna.
I was just hanging out.
She was
just like
I'm fire resistant, so I don't find any gratitude in what you did in not setting me on fire. I still dislike you.
oh, fuck you, buddy. I'm gonna set you on fire next time.
So
Do it.
You sit back in the carriage, and Whipper starts it up again, and off you go on your journey. And Alf looks at you and goes, "Fuck, we got a lot of work to do, but you're all babbies. That wasn't a bad effort." And he said, "Now I know that whiskey was a test. Pies wasn't a test though.
No.
This is not a test either. You guys, if there's one thing after a fight in Fantasy Australia, gotta have a durry." So he pulls out a packet of cigarettes, and he opens up and goes, "Oh, I've only got 1 durry left. Who's gonna have this durry?"
I am.
Is this a test? You have it, Al.
I told you it wasn't a fucking test, dickhead.
But is it testing us?
Who wants the durry? There's 1 left. Who's gonna have it?
I'll let Mackenzie have it only if she lights the end on fire real cool.
Oh, totes. Yeah, I can do that.
It's like her party trick, right?
I can
So,
set most shit on fire.
Mackenzie's going to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Here you go, Mackenzie.
Thank you.
When we go to the mine and you start your security detail, you are the leader.
Fuck. Yes.
God damn.
Can we, just while we're still traveling, I can heal myself. So I'm going to do that while we
Yeah, like heal yourself. We got some time.
with the
Alright, and I've got arcane recovery, so after a short rest, I can take back a used spell slot. So I'm just back to 0.
All right. Well, can you believe it, guys, that as you get in the stagecoach after your first fight, Mackenzie, are you going to smoke this beautiful durry?
Oh yeah.
So as you puff away at this beautiful durry, blowing smoke rings out into the dark bush while
I'm not smoking them out the window.
animals remind you that they
Right in
want to
my
tear
face.
your fucking face off as you head towards the mine. We've done an hour, and I think that is our first episode.
Oh shit!
So I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are fucking great. That was fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't die.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like that's such an achievement, just not dying.
There we go.
I can
Pretty
see
proud
it in
of
your
us.
eyes already that you're like, yeah, wait.
Yeah. Well, more surprises await you, but
Bigger mouths, bigger
that'll
shits.
be another adventure. We will catch you very
There'll
shortly
be so many meth heads, meth
for
faces.
the second part of this story, which I can now say is called The Mystery in the Pie Mine.
Because if you'd said that at the start, I totally would have known
That
what
would
was
have been a
going to happen.
spoiler. You would have been like, Pie Mine.
That would have made no freaking sense.
Yeah.
It would have been a
So,
bunch of noise.
look, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This is something we're very passionate about and really want to do. I'm talking to listeners now.
Okay.
That we really wanted to do, and I've got lots of ideas about where we can take it. I think you guys are going to have lots of ideas about your characters and where you want to take them. So please, I'm saying more than ever, I'd really love your support, listeners, in terms of spreading the word. Like, don't wait and go, I'll wait for 6 or 7 episodes before I give a review or before I recommend it or whatever. We need traction pretty quickly. So if you can spread the word, let people know. If you genuinely had fun, want to hear more, and think that other people would enjoy it, please rate, review, do all those wonderful things. And you can find out everything we're doing at www.fruitlesspursuits. You will find links to our other podcasts, to our Facebook group, even to our Patreon if you're feeling like you want to do that. And I'm always so jealous when I listen to D&D podcasts and they're like, oh, we got sent these dice or these dice towers and we want D&D stuff. We're really excited about D&D. So lots of fun things happening. Thanks, you guys, the adventurers, for trusting me to go on this adventure. You've been great.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we don't have a sign-off. Does anybody want to say something ridiculous that we're forced to say for the next 300 episodes?
Wackadoo.
Oh, fuck. There you go.
Get out.
Wackadoo.